What would you do if you had found a book and in that book there were clear-cut instructions on taking someone's life away just by simply writing their names down? Would you use it? That's what Light did. He seen a chance and an opportunity to heal the world and he took it. Let us rewind a bit to where it all began. High school genius finds a mysterious book called the Death Note, and anyone whose name is written in it will die. And you can also choose how they die if it's within reason. You following? Right. Now there's two sides to this. Alright? There's people that think he was right, then there's people that think he was wrong. And I am of the latter. This isn't a story about good and evil. It's about ego, morality, and the burden of ultimate power. Light's ultimate goal was to rid the world of evil, which seems so admirable at first glance, because after all, who wouldn't want to rid the world of all evil? Because this world is disgusting. But as you watch the show, his morality and his reasons get skewed from what they originally were. But let me explain, because in my opinion, some people just don't deserve to live. That's just the bottom line right there. And I'm sure a lot of you guys can agree with me on that. And Light was a kid who had just stumbled upon the most powerful weapon in existence. Light is smart, but like I said, he was a kid. He was 17 when he found that notebook. Put yourself in his shoes for a second and ask yourself, what would you do if you could wield such power at that age? Some crazy shit, I bet. Light has such power in the palm of his hands. And because he really believes he's the savior of humanity, he thinks he's the messiah of some sort. But he isn't. Clearly. To him, every name written in the Death Note brings him closer and closer to his goal, which is to rid humanity of all evil. But like I said, this gets skewed and twisted because at some point it gets selfish and it's no longer for humanity, because there's a point when he starts killing innocents because this brings him further towards his goal, and his goal to him is just, and those deaths are necessary to that goal, whether innocent or not, as long as it propels him further. Light kills Ray Pember, who already should not have been associated with the Death Note. He was an FBI agent. Sorry, FBI is American, but he was a detective of some sort. He was in law enforcement, okay? And he was trying to do justice. But obviously he was getting in the way of Light's goal. So to him, he was a necessary subtraction from the world. Rest in peace, Ray Pember. Ray Pember wasn't a criminal. He wasn't doing anything against the law, but still his name was written in the Death Note. Then, to make things worse, his wife Naomi was investigating his death, and again, this would create more questions and more trouble for Light, so he decided to kill her. Another unjust death added to the tally. Light is on fire. Let's talk about his impact, because he really did do what he set out to do a few years into his reign. There was so much fear about who's going to be next, so no one wanted to do anything bad in Japan, or else they'd be criminals. And what happens to criminals? They die. So people were scared, crime got reduced, and Light was referred to as Kira. They called him a hero. So this begs the question, do the ends justify the means? I think not. Some would say yes, but Light was a kid and he didn't think things through, because as I said many times, he was a kid. He was 17. How could a 17-year-old thoroughly think this through? A notebook that can kill whoever you want. Yeah, there's no way he would. Imagine all the people in prison he killed that were wrongfully convicted or misplaced evidence or stuff like that. Those murders can't be justified. You can never fully know whether they're supposed to be there or not, because you haven't done the research. He didn't do the research. All he done was look at the news. After all, you can't always trust the news. So that's one of the places where he went wrong. And then you think about the people actually trying to bring justice, like Ray Pember, and the biggest one of them all, L. How did I not mention him at all yet? L was Light's biggest obstacle. He was a genius detective who was against Light or Kira's way of doing things. Kira's way wasn't just at all, and he believed they all deserved due process. The criminals. Light acted as judge, jury, and executioner. L's method had loopholes. The system will always have loopholes that criminals may use to their benefit, so it would never be the answer to truly put an end to evil, but at least it was an answer, however flawed it may be. But Light's method was ruthless and actually achieved a lot of success, but like I said, it was costly. So much lives were lost in the process. Innocent lives. Light wasn't just wrong because of his actions, he was wrong because he lost himself. The more power he was able to wield, the deeper he was dragged into the abyss, and the stronger his god complex became. He started out with good intentions, but those good intentions faded away. It was just too much power to be wielded by a kid. His flaw was his arrogance and his weak morals. He thought he was untouchable, but we both know how that turned out. That's all I have to say for now about Light, about the Death Note. You guys let me know how you feel about this down below. Was he right or wrong? Until next time, and peace.